I recently learned that the first firefighter to die at the Twin Towers on 9/11 was killed by someone who jumped from the tower and landed on him. This statistic so horrified me that I had to think about what that meant to me personally. I'd been to the top of the trade towers once. I saw the view from the roof. I saw what it looked like up there, not only looking out at the New York skyline. I remember looking down and imagining what it would be like to jump off. I remember calling my mother from a payphone on the top floor to boast to her where I was. So when I heard emergency calls to 911 that day, I remember having looked out those windows when I'd made my call. Death is frightening. Nobody should want to die. But because the religious have indoctrinated their followers with fearlessness of death, as do some fanatic Muslims, or excessive love of God, as do some ultra-Christians, I now see that religious people don't fear death sufficiently. As a suicide survivor, I obviously didn't fear death either. But now I do. I love God, but I also fear them, not him or her. I fear becoming the kind of person who jumped from a building without first praying to God that I don't hit someone at the bottom. I could imagine being so consumed with my needs that I'd forget to consider the needs of others. And isn't that what religious people today are doing? They claim to care about the unborn, the need to own guns, and how God will save them from climate chaos. But they don't care enough about anyone they might land on their way down. They don't care about fearing God a little more and loving God a little less. It was the love of God that unified the German people in their pursuit of ridding Europe of Jews. It's the love of God that unites you Republicans in their pursuit of tormenting the LGBTQ community and women who seek abortions today. It's the love of God that unifies and motivates white people to glorify the Confederacy and what it stood for. Save me from people who love God. I resonate with people who are lovable, not loving. Good thoughts. I'll tell you more about me tomorrow.